What's good, everyone? Just thought I would want to make this series and document the process, of course, of hashtag join Team Garyvee. I thought I'd just vlog the whole thing, to be honest. So, I don't know if I'm going to make this a daily thing, a weekly thing, but we'll figure it out as we go. But just want to show you guys what I got set up so far. So I work off an external hard drive, which I got here plugged in to my Mac, and for my media, I just downloaded the clip as it is. This is the 28th Garyvee Tea, so download that, and then I think what I'm gonna do is make smaller folders, and then not incorporate, but like name them as the smaller pieces of content that I would like to submit. And yeah, I need to look up different ways to submit, because so far I've just been putting Dropbox links, but I think at the pace that I want to go at, I'm going to start running out of like places to put them. So I don't know, we'll need to figure it out or upgrade. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, let's get into it. There's a couple interesting ones from today's. What I usually do is I watch the videos, if I can find them live, or if I can watch them live and I wake up like early enough, meaning going to bed early enough too, then I watch through the video and then see like which ones are good pieces of content that I can pick out and like really focus on putting my time into, as well as like captioning, because that takes the longest time, and I don't like have an external captioning software that like his team uses. So doing that, and then if I don't do that, then I watch it later when it's just recorded and see the same thing, From there, I import everything into Premiere. Here's a toolkit basically of like different animation stuff that you can import, and there's definitely like a style that he uses, so he points that out in the article, which I'll link below if any of you want to look at it. But yeah, that's the basic process of it. Let's go into the actual making of this one today. If you ever need to like scrub through any of these videos, there's a homie that's like really a G. His name, shout out to Travis Wilbur from Video Marketing. This is what he tells it. He always puts the timestamps and then the questions basically. And like if any of them really pique your interest, you can look at those, and it's interesting to watch what they talk about, That way you can like skip over things that you kind of already have gotten info about and a decent amount of, and kind of learn something different. But yeah, shout out to Travis. But yeah, so two of the ones that I want to, I guess, highlight this time would be one is the wedding floors, because he had a cool business idea in it, and I think it could be applied to a lot of local companies, and I think he would want that. Another one would be the basketball coach, and how they can turn their like previous athletic experience and then into content, and how that leads to something, as well as I guess I don't know what would be more helpful. The artist talking about like lower engagement on posts, or a photographer finding success in your craft and figuring out what to build and sell. I think the artist one would be more beneficial overall and be more applicable, because like some people are not at the point of like just solely enjoying the process, and like I don't know, like you don't need to throw a right hook, as he calls it. So I think that would be a more applicable one. So what I'm gonna do is create the Premiere files and then get started from there. So some basic requirements for these videos are to make it in 1080 by 1920. which is the IGTV format. So the way that I've been going about it is creating a 1080 by 1350, which is what you see in feed. That way I can make sure the captions work initially. And then from there, I put it in a 1080 by 1920. Yeah, different points that I want to really highlight with this, as well as like what the questions were and how that can be more applicable to other people in the future. So I went through a high speed scrub of that, just like sectioned that off. So I have like an 8-minute clip here, and now I'm going to start doing the rough cut of really just trying to like put together what I want to piece together. And yeah, after that, from there, I think I'm gonna stitch it up back again. I need to look that up again. But if I can make it one composition, then do all the formatting stuff afterwards. Hope you guys enjoyed the little time lapse going on. You can see it takes a while to caption if you look at the clock at the top right. You can scroll back and watch again. It took, I think, just about an hour, but I'm getting pretty quick at it. So I've got a good system going on. I make the font. I'm using Scholar Sans Latin. If you want to look that up, that's an Adobe font that you can add to Premiere. Add that in, put that 91, decrease the tracing a little bit to make the space in between the letters a little smaller. I create like one text box that I can drag all the way across, and then from there I like cut up, like I listen to the clip, cut it off where I think the general word consensus would be, and then type it in what I just heard. And then right now I'm gonna do a final run through of just like making sure everything is spelled right, making sure it's being said right, and the alignment of things properly, and then put a title on it too. Alright guys, it is 12:01. One piece of content done, all finalized, submitted through Dropbox. In the last clip you could see that I screen recorded the little animation thing that he has at the end of his clips, and then scaled it up in Premiere, so I put it at the end of the clip. Here is the final product.
Right. You know, making a full court shot that gets 40 million views on TikTok is real. You couldn't have picked a better time to be alive. I just need you to put out 40 pieces of content a day.
So a little backstory. I have pretty much played at the high level of basketball my whole life. Women's basketball. Played in Oklahoma, best player in Oklahoma, McDonald's All-American. Played here at UT, University of Texas, for 7 years overseas. So I am trying, I want to be happy. I want to do what makes me happy. So I would love nothing more than to build a career as a skill coach, working with AAU teams, working with big camps. Being a newbie electrotherapist that helps accelerate injuries pretty fast, being a speaker and a mentor to young athletes, especially female athletes, just because I think I relate to them more.
Of course.
All athletes, I love them. I'm struggling to figure out how to build traction and brand, I guess, of my sports training business to get started.
I got you. I think, you know, given your relationships, I'm sure there's teammates that went on to the WNBA or coaches that went to this or that and this. I think you go and document, you know, once we get back to some normalcy, hit up every fucking person you know, and you offer your services for free at a camp or minimum wage or be an intern. Okay. You being an intern at Connecticut Coaches, Gino's camp, right? Let's say he has a camp. I don't know, but in my mind, you should pay him for the ability to make all that content that's co-signing against the best program in the nation, which you then post everywhere, just like the last woman. Mm-hmm. You know how this works. And especially off the devastating tragedy of Gigi and Kobe's passing, like there's so much more attention to young women's basketball right now, right? And just like, all you need is one high net worth individual to hire you, to have you train their daughter, to, you know, like want to start a business with you. This is all about content across all the platforms that leads to business development. when you're so lucky to have something like basketball skills, which is so visual for the world we now live in, like the shit I do is not visual. I have to articulate it.
Right.
You know, making a full court shot that gets 40 million views on TikTok is real. You couldn't have picked a better time to be alive. I just need you to put out 40 pieces of content a day, and 99.999999999999999% of people aren't even close